Hello everybody, this is Scarecrow. We're going to be challenging Mega Man 3. For today's video we're going to play through the Robot Masters, and then I'll pick up with the rest of it in the next one. So to start off with, there are a few places you can start. I usually start with Top Man, so we're going to go to Top Man. I believe that Magnet Man is also a pretty good opener, but he's kind of annoying to fight. Top Man's very easy. These little screw guys you can't hit until they actually finish screwing in all the way. I'll demonstrate in a second on the next one. I didn't get up high enough to hit him. This doesn't look great. Never mind, I'm a genius. Well, maybe I'll demonstrate on one of them. I don't know. I'm not getting any opportunities. Okay, here we go. So you have to wait until they get fully screwed in before you can actually hurt them. Bulldozer guys, just take a few hits. 3 if you're using the Buster. Just take a hit there because there's health here anyway. There are little mid-boss, the cat. Shoots out the balls of yarn. And if he survives long enough, he also has fleas that he throws at you. Mechanical cat, mechanical fleas. Top guys are a little annoying. Just because they stand at the top of the staircase and throw tops at you. Oh good, I didn't have to deal with the fleas. And yeah, Top Man stage is actually pretty easy. There's not a lot of instant death you have to worry about. Pits and spikes and the like. It's mostly just enemies. So it's a pretty good starting stage. As you can see, these tops kind of move you back and forth, so you want to be careful as you're crossing. And there we go. That's Top Man stage. Time to beat Top Man. So Top Man has 2 attacks. He throws the tops and he spins. You can't hurt him while he's spinning. So all you have to do is just dodge the spin, shoot him, wait for the tops, slide, and then shoot him. Did I get hit? I must have gotten hit, right? I got hit once, maybe? But yeah, Top Man, very easy beginning fight. Top Spin, however, is probably the worst power in this game. It might be one of the worst powers in Mega Man. Like, I had to stop and think about it, but it's not a great power. First Proto Man fight. Proto Man's a pretty easy opponent. All you have to do is just get behind him. So just go under him when he jumps, and then you shoot him in the back. You don't even have to try that hard. These guys have a decent amount of health, but they're not too dangerous. I'm just gonna slowly lope towards you. The grenade guys are a little annoying. That explosion actually does do damage to you, so you want to make sure whenever you kill them that they're a decent amount away from you. And these guys up here you can actually kill, and if you do, the stage lights back up. Little hopping frogs you can kill pretty easily just by firing at the level that they're on. You might want to shoot a little bit above them just in case. So Topspin's pretty good here. The only problem is that it does knock you back when you use it, so you kind of bounce off of them. So you want to be careful not to fall into the pit while you use it. See the little pushback it gives you. Would like to get some energy to get my top spin up to max, because top spin has a pretty glaring problem in that you can accidentally use a bunch of it whenever you're trying to hit someone with it. Hopefully we won't run into that here, but we'll find out. Yeah, as you can see, I lost like half of my top spin because a couple of those hits just drained a bunch of it. But luckily you only have to hit Shadow Man like 4 times with top spin to kill him. So there goes Shadow Man. Shadow Blade is pretty good power. Works a lot like Metal Blade in the other one, but you can't throw it at downward angles. And it doesn't go all the way out in the same way that Metal Blade does. Instead it kind of boomerangs back. It is actually the weakness of 2 of the bosses, though, so we can split off and take on Snake Man or Spark Man. I'm going to go for Spark Man. These guys are pretty durable. Magnet actually kills them in 2 magnets, so it's a pretty good weapon to use against them. As you can see, these, once you jump on them, will fly up pretty quickly. So you want to be sure you're ready to cross them. I should have jumped earlier. But it doesn't matter too much because there's plenty of health around. I don't even have to go up there to grab that one. Nice long fall as we get down into the heart of the factory. Or power plant, I guess, since this is Spark Man. I don't understand the purpose of these because they're like, they'll fall on you and they hurt you and you can break them, but there's really no point. You can just cross that room without any trouble. So I am pretty confused by what the purpose is supposed to be. Oh, didn't jump high enough. This area is a little tricky because there are multiple ones of those screws, and if you get hit, they will knock you back into the pit. So you kind of want to either slowly take them out, which I think is what I will do this time, or you can quickly cross. You see, they kind of mob towards you, and they move pretty slowly, so they'll stay on top of you. But there we go. And we're going to switch to Shadow Blade. Shadow Blade works really well against Spark Man. You can see I barely had to do anything there. I didn't even really have to dodge. And now we have Spark, which is a pretty good power. It's strong, but it can also freeze large enemies, which is useful for an enemy type that we haven't seen yet. So now we're going to go to Magnet Man. We're going to beat him up. I think Magnet Man stage is pretty fun. I really like the music in Mega Man 3. I think it's probably one of the best soundtracks for a Mega Man games, like that and Mega Man 2. And obviously Mega Man X has a pretty good soundtrack, but I'm talking about classic Mega Man. I really like the soundtrack to 9 and 10 as well. Okay, we have another Proto Man fight. Exactly the same as before. You just get behind him and shoot him a bunch. I don't even understand really the point of those fights because they are just so simple. Those guys take quite a few hits, and they shoot those rockets that track you, so you want to be careful with those. But you can burst them down pretty quickly if you just mash on your fire button. So here we have some big electromagnets, and as you can see, they'll pull you in with a pretty high magnetism, but they only work out to so many tiles, so you can see about this far out is where they stop working, and this will be useful in a second when we actually deal with disappearing blocks as well as the electromagnets. So you see, this could be quite a hassle to deal with, but it's not really, because you don't have to actually get close enough to it at all to get pulled in. Jumped a little early there, but we're fine. Same thing here, there's another one on the right side, but you don't even have to go down to that level. See? Same thing here. You don't have to go down to that lower level, so just be careful, and it's really not even much of an obstacle. We're gonna switch to Shadow Blade because there's a guy up here that I want to kill. That is a thing about Mega Man that is pretty good to know in general, is that just like bosses have weaknesses, a lot of the enemies have something that they are weak to. And so those guys die in one Shadow Blade. Okay, now we've got this guy again. Looks like the Scrubbing Bubble mascot. Like the little spongy guy that makes the bubbles. And now we have Magnet Man. Magnet Man has a couple attacks. He shoots the magnets, and he also jumps at you, and he also has the ability to draw you in with magnetism. To avoid the magnets, all you have to do is wait for him to fire him, and then slide towards him, and you'll go under the magnets, and they'll all land behind you. But then you want to make sure you're not so close that when he jumps, he hits you, which happened to me a few times there. If you're doing it with the Buster, it's basically the same thing. You just shoot him with the regular shot instead of the spark shot. It'll take longer, and it's more annoying because he'll do the magnetism more. Next up we have Hardman. So here we have the descendant, I guess, of the birds from Mega Man 2. The bee that drops multiple bees on you. You want to be careful with those. Basically, as long as you don't let them drop too many bees at once, it's not that hard to deal with, because they land in a set pattern. So Magnet Man's power actually has a pretty cool aspect of it in that it will track towards enemies because, you know, they're robots and made of metal. And so you can hit that guy from below without ever getting up on his level. These monkeys are a little annoying to deal with, so that's why we're going to switch to Shadow Blade, because it will let us hit them even if they happen to jump over us or anything like that. They can be a little annoying to deal with if you're just using the Buster, because they will kind of jump around on you. And so Shadow Blade's kind of nice because you can just pretty easily take them out, and it only takes a few Shadow Blades. Oh, jump too high. We're taking the upper path here. The lower path has health on it, but this path has an E-Tank, and I find the E-Tank to be a much better thing to grab. So right there what I did was, whenever he dropped the bees, I moved back, and that scrolled off 2 of the bees on the right, which made it a lot safer to deal with, because there were only 3 bees instead of the whole 5. Because that can be a little tricky with all the clamps coming out of the ground, so you want to do little tricks like that to save yourself a little bit of hassle. Okay, there goes Proto Man again. That room's a little bit more difficult for the Proto Man fight because of the layout of the room. So yeah, as you can see, Spark will actually freeze this guy in the air, so you don't have to worry about him. And now we have the fight with Hardman. Hardman's pretty easy to beat as long as you have Magnet. He does do a bunch of contact damage, so you don't want to touch him. And if he lands on top of you, whenever he lands, you're frozen in place. So if he lands on top of you, you'll run out of iframes while he's still on top of you, so he'll take double damage, basically. Now we have Hard Knuckle, which is actually Top Man's weakness. So we're going to take on Snake Man now. Snake Man is weak to Shadow Blade. We could have come here earlier if we wanted to. But we'll go ahead and come here now. Taking a lot more damage off of these jumping guys than I would like to. I think we'll be fine, though. The snakes will shoot wherever you're standing at, so you can kind of wait to bait out a shot and then do it. Same with this big one here. You might be tempted to get close to him, but you're actually a lot safer to stay back here, bait the shots down, and then you can jump in between them like that. Go ahead and get myself healed up here. What is next? The pole vault guys? Yeah. So the pole vault guys are a little annoying because when they charge at you, the thing they're holding actually reflects shots. So what you want to do is wait for them to pole vault, and then you jump and shoot the object that they drop. Which I'll show you on the ones that are coming up soon. Oh, you can slide under those flails that they throw at you. Flails, shot puts, I guess they're not shot puts. Hammer toss. There we go. And we'll go up the ladder here. I think this is another snake. Yeah. So you wait for the first shot, and you jump over the second one, and you'll land in between. And you can pretty easily kill him without taking damage. And if you time your shots right, you can actually get all 3 shots on him. Most of the time I just average the 2, though. So you see, you can destroy the thing that he pole vaults with. So if you do it right as he pole vaults, you can kind of continue forward without having to deal with it. Like this. We got the guy on the ladder. I can wait for him to come down, or I can just Shadow Blade him. Here we have a little cloud section. Now you want to be careful with these clouds because they do have a contact box. So if you're standing on the right side of the platform, it will push you off the platform when it comes up. So you want to make sure to be very careful of that. And of course the bullets, whenever you shoot them, will turn from a cloud to a bullet, and then they'll fly straight at you. Okay, we're gonna get our Shadow Blade out. Snake Man's not that hard to beat. He's actually, sometimes I beat him just with the Buster, just if I want to do something different. Because his pattern is very simple. He just goes back and forth, and he occasionally shoots the Search Snake. So you can kind of just stay on this middle platform and just jump over him and keep hitting him. Pretty easy to just keep him in that pattern. He doesn't have anything that'll let him break out of the pattern either. Oh, thought that was gonna hit him. There we go. Another pretty easy clear. And you can do the same thing with the Buster, like, it's not a very hard fight at all. So now we've got Search Snake. It's kind of a successor to the Bubble Lead from the last game. It goes a little faster than that, so it is kind of nice in that regard. Now we have Gemini Man. So as you can see, these guys will come through and they'll drop some flames down. Kind of want to catch them while they're swooping so they only get like 1 flame out. The penguins drop eggs that'll bounce at you at a kind of weird angle and pretty fast, so you kind of want to take out the penguins pretty quickly. Uh-oh. Thought I shot before I jumped there. Oops. Did not time that right. Oh, maybe the egg thing is only... They might bounce normally in this. I might be thinking of Burst Chaser. So there's a one up there, and if you happen to miss that fall, you can actually get it by standing in the corner here, using Rush Coil, and then walking out, and then jumping up like that. How many lives am I at? 4? Okay. Yeah, we're doing good then. We got these little... I guess they're like egg sacs, little tadpole guys that come out. And you can just kind of clear them out pretty easily like that. It's kind of nice because you can farm stuff off of them, so if you need health or energy, you can kind of get it all back. Or if you're low on health or lives, you can sometimes catch lives that way. Oh. There we go. Sometimes it's a little hard to get a nice corner jump there. Those dragonflies, I don't think I mentioned it when they came up before, but what they will do is they'll fly behind you, fly down to your level, and then move straight forward. So you can wait for them to come down and then shoot them. Or you can just jump over them. I was a little late there, though. Little ice cream machine, or like it's like a shaved ice machine, I guess, right? But it's a penguin, and it shoots out little penguins for some reason. I don't know, Dr. Wily makes some weird robot choices. I'm sure that long-standing fans of the series can attest. So here we have a water section, so we can actually use Rush Marine. These guys are gonna shoot missiles up, and if you are on a block, the missile will explode. So you kind of want to be careful not to be caught in that explosion. So like right there, see that explosion? Ow. Ow. Okay. Pretty good. That was smooth. Get wrecked, nerds. Alright. Now we have Gemini Man. I might be able to kill him here. Depends on how much damage I take. Nope. Basically, beginning of that fight, there are the two Gemini men, and they kind of jump over you over and over again and run back and forth and shoot. I think that they shoot when you shoot, so you can kind of control it a bit by just jumping, or firing and jumping basically at the same time. So you jump over the shot he shoots while you're shooting. But it's not a very dangerous fight, I just didn't have much health that first time. So that's Gemini Man. He gives us Gemini Laser, which is a neat little laser that bounces off of walls. And it happens to be Needleman's weakness, which is where we're going next. This is the last of our Robot Masters, so that's good. These Porcupine, Hedgehog, I don't know what they're supposed to be, I assume porcupines. They'll shoot their quills at you, and then they'll roll. They are invincible while they're rolling, so you can only hit them while they're stopped. Thought I was gonna get over them. Oh, I thought I was gonna be so cool there. Thought there might have been enough room in the corner to hide. So here we have a section where the needles are going to come down from the ceiling. It's important to know that you can turn around while you're sliding. So you can wait for a moment to come out. There we go. I don't know, let's try and hard knuckle him. Nope. I think think I'm just not gonna mess with them. I'm just gonna wait for a good moment to rush Coil up. There we go. Just like that. Now I could do what I did before and kill these guys with Magnet, but I'm just gonna do it this way because I feel like it's a little faster. Because Magnet will also track to their hammer, so you have to hit them before they throw the hammer, or after they throw the hammer, while their eyes are still open. You spark to freeze him in the air, and you get right by him. So now we have Needleman, and we're going to switch to Gemini Laser. So Needleman's deal is he shoots needles at you and he'll jump at you and he'll try and hit you with the needles on his head. The needles you just bait out and dodge like you would a lot of the other stuff in the game. The other one you just need to stay away from him. And as you can see, it's pretty easy to kill him with Gemini Laser. The only problem is that you can only fire one Gemini Laser at once, so you want to make sure that whenever you fire it, you're going to hit him. Well, that brings us through the Robot Masters. Next up are the Doc Robots, which are the bosses from Mega Man 2 in new bodies, but we will get into that when we do the next video. This has been Scarecrow. If you like this video, please like, comment, or subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!